What's up everyone, Irrigation Farmer here today. So I've got to do some tests for a grant project that I'm part of for soil health, and it's just soil filtration, slate tests. There's just a few tests I'm going to be doing. So I thought, why not make a video of it? I'm going to compare two different sides of my field. It's the field that is no-tilled, that has the cover crops growing in it right now, versus the field I had to do some tillage on. We're just going to see the difference, and I'm going to show the types of tests and how they work. So let's go take a look. Alright, so here we are at the field. So I'm just going to kind of show the quick differences here. So field A is no-tilled. I have not, well, partial of the field has gotten irrigated. But the spot we're going to test has not been irrigated. No-tilled from last year. Was corn with interseeded cover crops versus a feed that had oats and feed, or excuse me, a field that had oats and feed in it. Was tilled this spring, but pretty similar irrigation. You can see my cover crops here. Hopefully it's kind of bright, but you can kind of row them there a little bit green. And yeah, nothing out there. So all I want to do is just kind of test the difference to see the soil structure change, the soil infiltration, just a few various items from tillage versus non-till. And kind of go from there, just get a good idea. This is, as I said, the other side of the field that has been tilled, and it's nice and brown and heating up pretty good. So let's take a look. Big things they say, I'll show you the tools we need, but you don't want to do the test right on the edge of the field in your headland. You want to kind of go in a little bit the field. You don't want to do the best, you don't want to do the worst, just kind of middle ground. So first things first, some tools you'll need: shovel, a wood plank or 2x4, a hammer, 500 milliliters of water, a bucket of water, and probably an empty bucket, and then this ring, which you should be able to get from your NRCS office. I will try to link the website that shows the instructions on how to do this, and where you should be able to get this ring, or you just make your own. Pretty easy. Alright, so you pick a spot in the field. What I'm going to do is you clear the trash a little bit, because we want to see an actual infiltration on the soil itself. So kind of clear it off a little bit. And then you just hammer this ring down into the soil. Ground is really hard here, but basically all you're wanting to do is just make a seal so that the water has to infiltrate. So quick and dirty, what this is saying or doing is testing how fast rainwater will infiltrate your soil. For example, let's say we get a 4-inch rain. How much rain can you get if it rains 4 inches in 2 hours? Are you going to get all that rainfall, or are you going to miss most of it? This is going to tell me how many inches I can actually infiltrate into my ground within a certain amount of time. I need to look to see what the specifics are, but I'll get that as well. Alright, so I'm going to try to do this one-handed here with the stopwatch and the thing. What you're doing is you're going to see how long it takes for this water to basically dry up or glisten in there. The big thing, they do say you can put a plastic wrap and release it all at once. I'm just going to kind of pour it in there. But what we're doing is we're saying putting I have 450 milliliters basically of water. That's supposed to represent 1 inch of water rainfall. So I will pour it all in there and start the stopwatch and see what happens. So I don't know if you can see it all the way, but we're almost there. You just want to kind of see all the water gone. There's a little bit right here. I'm just waiting a little bit longer. It's been about 2 minutes. And I think it's basically all done now. So the water's all gone. It took about 2 minutes. So then you actually do it a second time for the second inch to see how that does. So basically that's telling me that my soil can take 1 inch of water in about 2 minutes. So pretty good, not bad. We'll see how the second inch goes. Alright, so you get 450 milliliters again, pour it in the ring, and start your stopwatch. and see how it goes this time. So I'm waiting on the 2nd inch. It looks like it's going to take a while here. So basically that's telling me that this infiltration here is not very good. They say the first time it's kind of just to wet the ground, so you know, get your first little bit of rain and stuff and wet everything. The 2nd inch is where it really comes into play, because if it's already saturated, that water cannot go down over time, and it takes a long time. So that's what I'm seeing. It's going, but it's been a few minutes now. It's still there. So we're going to do another test here real fast. It's called the slake test, and it's just finding out how compacted your soils are, how much airspace and water space can actually penetrate that soil. So what you do is you dig a hole, you grab a ped of soil, and basically you put it into, they say, a small water bottle, but I don't have one, so I'm going to do a bucket. You want to submerge it and wait 15 minutes. And you want to see it stay together and not just demolish, but stay together. And you should, after the 15 minutes, it should be completely soaked all the way through. If it's not, that means you have really bad infiltration of that. It's so tight, the water can't even make its way into the middle. So I dug some soil here. I do not want to take the top part. I want to try to find a piece that's kind of towards the bottom. So I just want to kind of break something off. And then I will put that into the water. So I broke this one up, and they say you just want to gently drop it down, and then just kind of wait. You should start seeing some bubbling, which is good. That means that the water is actually trying to penetrate into the soil itself and go into it. So this test takes about 15 minutes, so I went ahead and put the 2nd one from the other field in there and let that go. And we'll go take a look over here. And it is still trying to soak up that water. So it's probably about right here, and it's gone down, but it's still slowly taking all that water. The field here I'm at right now, even though it's been no-till for 2 years and had some cover crops, this is probably one of the worst quarters of all the farm here. I think this one was always the driest with the past irrigation history of it. So I think it's probably the lacking in most of the soil health. But as I said, I just want to kind of see the two, because I can easily see differences of this one versus that one of how things have gone. While I'm waiting, I came over to the field I had vertically tilled from a neighbor that I have oats and peas into it. So you can kind of see, here's the peas, here's the oats. This did just get irrigated not too long ago, but this is what I like to see. Earthworm there, earthworm here. They're not too happy that I'm breaking up all their stuff. Let's see. But yeah, just kind of wanted to look at it and see what was going on. Same spot here is the one that did not get brought in with the shovel. There's another one. So in a shovel, I've basically found about 4 earthworms, which is cool to see. Actually, this field looks better than the other field, but this was a better field anyways. This just kind of treated better, and I think coming along better with the soil health. Oh yeah, there's lots of earthworms. There's some baby ones. There's a little guy there. I'm not a fan of worms, but that's all right. Go back in there and do some work, guys. But it's not a very fair comparison, because this has been irrigated, and I think that promotes worms to kind of come up. I don't know for sure. I'm not a worm scientist. I just know I want to see them, because they're going to give my farm fertilizer, because they help break down basically the biological in there to make worm poop, pretty much, that the plants eventually can use. And also they kind of do my tillage to kind of help for water pathways with their trails and air and everything. So anyways, kind of cool. Alright, so here's the test. It's been 15 minutes. I'm going to pull it out. So this one kept its shape, which is not necessarily a good or bad thing per se. What you want to be able to see is in the inside. So that's good. It's muddy on the inside. It's not dry. It still is a little compacted because it's not like sopping wet, but it held its structure, which is good. You don't want it to fall apart, but that's okay. You don't want it to be a cloudy mess in there. And then I'll look at this one here. And pretty similar, maybe a little more wet. I may have partially said that wrong to begin with, so let me rephrase this. So when you drop that in there, you want the head or clod to hold its stability, and it can break a little, but you don't want it to just fall apart and like become muddy water right away. And you saw that was pretty clear water still. What you don't want to see is that, and I just mixed it up just to kind of show, but if you put the clod in there right away and it just muddied up and became muddy water, that's not good because you have no stability at all and it's just really loose dirt. So you kind of want to be in the middle, I guess you'd say, where it holds together, but if it holds too tightly and you open it up and it breaks and it's dry in the middle, that's not good either because you have no water penetration. Basically saying that the water and oxygen cannot penetrate the soil, your roots are not going to be able to get the water because the water's just going to sit on top and pool. So again, penetration down in there. I'm going to come back here to the ring. It's almost gone. Not quite, but almost. I think it's been about 20 minutes. So you can still see water in there, but some spots are starting to kind of show they're almost drying up. So again, this is just saying if I got 2 inches of rain, the first inch, if it was dry, would go down really quickly. No problem, well, 2 minutes, not bad. The second inch is going to take about 30 minutes. So if we get a downpour and it's just raining like crazy, that water is going to start running off. There's guys that have really good infiltration, like 30 seconds they could take probably 2 inches or more. I think mine's getting better. I actually tested down there last year and it was a lot better than up here. So different soil types, different soil locations, different soil health practices can make a difference. I'd show something green and stuff, but it's all pretty brown here. So I'm just kind of walking around talking here. But I just want to kind of make some points across. So the vertical tillage I did is not a deep tillage. It's only about 2 to 3 inches. So I'm only messing with that 2 to 3 inches. Now again, you're still doing tillage, but it's better than taking a plow that's going down 6, 8 inches and just disturbing everything and then coming back again to break up those clods, and it's just primary tillage, secondary tillage, another secondary tillage, and you really start breaking apart that soil structure and also killing all your worms and your biology. I can still kill things those top 2 inches, don't get me wrong, but something I felt like I need to do on this farm to kind of get rid of the humps I had in the field. Anyways, just wanted to explain that. So I came back over to this no-till field where it was irrigated because I wanted to take a shovelful of here just to kind of show the difference. So 1 earthworm, 2, 3, I think I saw 1 more somewhere. So 4 earthworms in here. There he is, right there. So I just want to kind of show you guys, you know, if you have moisture, that's going to help. The earthworms are going to be where it's wet. It's completely dry. I believe they don't like that. They're going to kind of keep lower than what I can go with a shovel. I'm going to bury these guys back up, go make babies, and yeah, keep doing your job, guys. Keep doing your job. All right, coming back finally to this ring. It has been 34 minutes, and it's basically not quite. I'll probably take another 4 minutes, but it has almost taken all that moisture. So coming back, if I understand it right, which I'm not saying 100% I do, but if I do understand this test right, I'm going to do some more looking than you guys can do. And about, if I got 2 inches of rain, I would need about 35 to 40 minutes to take all that water into the ground. So if I got another inch in that time frame, that other inch is going to be starting to go somewhere. Now hopefully I don't get 3 inches, but it does happen. Good thing is I can take that first inch pretty quick. The second inch is the one that's going to slow down. I'm going to repeat the test over here, but you guys probably don't need to see it because exact same thing. As I said, very simple to do. Get the ring, pound to the ground, 450 milliliters of water once, time it. If possible, leave for an hour, come back, and then do it again from my understanding. I don't have that time, so I did it right away. And that'll kind of give you an idea, and then you can study up a little bit more on NRCS website. I will link these tests, both of them. That way you guys can, if you are interested in trying them, or if you're just interested in learn, you can try them yourself or just see how mine worked out. But easy test to go test on your own farm. Maybe you've been doing no-till on a farm and heavy tillage on the other. Compare the two. Now, I'm not saying that's going to tell you right off the bat, because different soil types, different practices, lots of things go into it, but can give you an idea at least. So, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to head back. Got some more work to do. I just want to do this real fast because I need to get some stuff done for as I said, for a grant. I needed to do this, so I wanted to show it on the YouTube. And if you have any questions, please holler at me. Love to hear from you guys. See ya.